Hello my beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and I've been doing readings for the last 4 years, over 4 years for Pisces. Welcome, by the way, if you're new, if you're just passing through. I'm going to be doing reading for the upcoming week. And I'm going to be using the tarot spread from Emerald Lotus called Refresh Your Routine. And this is going to be a 5-card pull, and we're going to take a look at what your week's going to look like with that. It's called Refresh Your Routine. I'm going to be using the new Ciro Mystic Palette, Ciro Marchetti deck, and an old favorite of Tarot of Oneness. She is on Etsy, by the way. She is also Canadian. Beautiful deck. And here we go. Whenever you find this is when you're meant to hear it, okay? You don't need to get stuck on dates unless that's what you want to do, okay? This channel is all about you, and it's all about you being in power of your life. 1. Something new that I should allow into my daily routine. So let's see. Let's shuffle a little bit. Something new. So as always, I'm going to call on my guides. I have 2 that I like to use a lot because they're always with me. Well, at least I feel them always with me, I should say. And that is Liam and Mona. And these are, of course, names that I gave them because they don't require names. They don't require to look like anything. They are energy. That it is easier as human beings to give them, what is it, identities? This is something we really get stuck on, right? So, again, the question is, something new that I should allow into my daily routine. So, let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, one came out, and it is, I like this one. This is the 9 of Cups. See this? Look how beautiful it is. I actually bought some wine on the weekend. Does it mean I'm supposed to drink it? Maybe. The 9 of Cups is about blessings. I'm not surprised. I'll tell you why. Usually before I start doing readings, I have little, I take a couple of hours, right? I'm kind of sitting with your energy to see how the week's going to shape up, what are we going to feel, what is going to do. And right away what came in was a lot of thoughts of the past, things that are a little bit triggerish for me, that have been in the past, things I'd like to fix, you know what I mean? And it's usually about other people. It's usually about other people I feel have, wronged me or made me feel bad, or I've wanted to know why. First, it's always, why did you? And sometimes their reason might have nothing to do with you. And sometimes their reasons might have something to do with you, but it isn't something you're willing to change, right? And if they've gone and left you alone, they didn't give you the opportunity to explain yourself. They were not kind enough to even come back around and, fight to see. They just gave up. So at some points, you have to kind of celebrate yourself. Okay, I like the 9. 9s are about the I. 10s are usually about the collective. So the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, it's all about the I. Even the 9 of Swords, it's internal anxiety. The 9 of Wands, it's about how far I've come, how hard it's been. Okay, but it's about the I, the individual, you yourself. And I feel that something new is, instead of letting your mind kind of, take over and make you feel bad, what you should be doing is counting your blessings. And I think that's a very great way of shifting. When you feel your mind starting to go, going the why. Why did they do that? Why did they leave me alone? Wasn't I important enough? You should start counting the people who are still around, who have made you enough, right? The 6 of Pentacles saying, look, it's a give and take, right? You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. There's some people that are only meant to be in your life for a moment. Instead of thinking of why didn't they not stay, maybe try to think of the good times. Why were they there? Is there anything that I missed that when we were together that that was good, that was a teaching moment, a wisdom moment, a learning moment? There's certain people that arrived in my life at a time where I needed them, where I needed a sounding board, and they were there at that time, and it was really fantastic, right? And then, you know, sometimes they weren't, and I can't, you know, be grateful. Be grateful for the help they offered when they offered it. You know, cherish those feelings. And I remember somebody once telling me, just send them some love. Just send them some love. Just go, I love you. I'm sending you some love. I hope you're doing well. And let it go. And then go in the eye, okay? And that's what I mean. What did they do for you that was good? Not bad. That was for you that was good. That was a blessing at the time. Let's say you had a friend and you reconnected with them, and at that time you were changing your life and things were moving in a different direction, and they were there for you at that time every day. They were listening to you, listening to your ideas. You had a sounding board. You had that extra bit of support that you needed until you found your footing. And that was truly a blessing. It helped you, okay? But now that you, after that, when you became more sure and okay and didn't really, you know, need that support, what happened is that it went the other way. It's like a seesaw. The help that you need will show up, and it's not all about loyalty. It's about phases. It's about ebbs and flow. So what's the new thing? What's the new thing? Let's get back to the question. Something new that I should allow into my daily routine. Gratitude of knowing gratitude for the people that came in your life. Even if at one point you were not grateful when they left, that it's left like a bad taste in your mouth. Try bringing it back in a different way. Try seeing on how they help propel you. Even if it was to treat you badly, so to know that you needed to be treated better, that you needed to raise a glass to yourself, that you needed to say, hey, I'm special and I'm a blessing and I needed to be treated better. You be grateful to those people for giving you the knowledge of knowing that, of fighting for yourself, okay? So that's a new way. So I want you, if you're feeling low about something, a situation, thank the situation, thank the person, and say, you made me realize this. You made me realize that. And then hold on to that feeling, okay? You treated me badly. You made me feel like a third-class citizen, and I decided that I was going to be a first-class citizen because of you, because you made me feel so terrible that I knew I didn't want to be feeling this way. And you made me rise out of that. You gave me no choice. I felt so bad. I rose out of it and felt better. So that's a brand new thing I want you to embrace. Not just the great people who come in and help you, the people who come in and help you in different ways. They help you for a season, for a reason. A season may be the time that you needed that extra person to talk to, or the season when they came in, completely screwed you up so that you knew that you never wanted to be around that energy again. And yes, sometimes we have a few people like that in our lives that we need to thank, in other words, you know, that were antagonists, or if they felt like antagonists in your life. But you have to be grateful. They made you know, without a doubt, what you wanted and what you did not want in your life. And then you went forward. So that's your brand new thing. Every time you feel bad about somebody like that, when you have a memory that starts crawling in and makes you angry, you start thinking about why. Find the reason it helped you. How did it help you? Make it about you. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Raise a glass to yourself. Tell yourself how great you did. Raise a glass to them and say, it's great. Okay? It's all about a give and take. And there's no definition of that. It's not all good and nothing shady or bad that comes in. everything comes in. Makes you go through something, makes you stronger, makes you wiser. And then you can move on and become an even better version of yourself. Okay, so that would be 1. Let's look at 2. How changing my daily routine would benefit me. Now, by doing this, how would this benefit you? How would this benefit you, my beautiful Pisces? By thinking this way. Okay? How would this benefit you? And we have a winner. That is the 4 of Cups. Okay, so easy enough. You have 2 4s, okay? How would this benefit you? I would say that taking a moment to realize this will make you get back control, or make you feel, I will say, because control is an illusion, but it makes you feel like you've regained control over your life, okay? When you feel sad or mad because of what somebody did, or you feel like, let's say somebody came into your life, gave you a hand, and then disappeared, and you're sitting there feeling like, but why, right? You start feeling bad. You feel like you're out of control of this. It's like, why don't you like me? Why can't I make you stay? Why didn't you stay, right? I think that I love this. This pondering, usually this card is somebody who's like, doesn't have this expression with the 4 of Cups. But this 4 of Cups is different than this deck. She has an expression of smiling and pondering. So this is a very different emotion than the usual 4 of Cups. It's kind of sitting there going, all right. It's almost like it's what I was telling you before. It's the switched attitude from, but why? And, you know, like, why can't I move on? The 4 of Cups is about boredom. It's not making a choice. It's not moving on. It's kind of just being stuck. And this shines the light. By sitting there and finding a different way, shines the light and helps you feel a little more in control. This is an animal gathering for the winter. Okay? It makes you feel more in control of the situation. It's because you take control of how you perceive things. Okay? And when you take control of how your mind likes to play these tricks on you, okay? Because we don't see a full 360 of the situation. We just see it from our perspective. Okay? We don't even have that person's reasons why they left, or what happened in that situation, or how their life sucks. You know, when you've been mistreated, or you feel that you've been mistreated, you don't know what's going on. You just have your own perspective of things. And it's very normal as a human being, because we're very much in our bodies most of the time, right? This is the journey that we've picked, to be kind of centered here within ourselves. And sometimes it's hard to see past that. But when you get a little bit of introspection, a little bit of insight, the light shines through and you get the idea that maybe there's more to this. And it helps you regain control. Okay? And that helps you. I'd say, how does this benefit you? You know, how would this benefit you, changing your routine? Well, changing that, the way you think, would get you out of the dumps. You wouldn't stay there. You wouldn't remain there feeling terrible, right? 3, a pattern that I should let go of because it isn't serving me. Well, I think we've been talking about that since the beginning. A pattern that you should let go that is not serving you. Right. The illusions. The moon. Of course. This is an illusion, right? You ever hear there's 2 sides to every story? Absolutely. You may be making more of something than there is. Like if suddenly you had that friend that helped you out, okay, and then disappeared when, you know, not disappeared, but kind of, you know, backed off and you didn't see them as much, and you were thinking to yourself, well, where did they go? And, you know, blah, 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 all of that stuff. And you're making up things without really knowing. This person may have just gotten busy with their lives. Somebody else may have needed their attention that was, you know, going through a hard time. Especially if that's their pattern in their life, that they go where they're needed. Okay? And you're here thinking that you're building a thing of confusion, right? You're saying, oh, well, you know, I must have done something, they hate me, the blah, blah, all of that crap. And it's an illusion. It's the shadow self confusing you, sending you all kinds of wrong perception. Just like we think the moon has her own light, she does not. Okay? She is reflecting the sun. I like to think about this as the thing they used to do an experiment when I was a kid in school, where one person in the back of the room would whisper in the ear of the person in front of them, and then it went on and on and on. And we wanted to see by the end if the person, the teacher, could say exactly what was said in the back of the room to the front of the room, and half the time, most of the time, it never came out right. So part of the words came out, but a lot of them were left out, and sometimes had a completely different meaning. So it led to confusion. Okay, it led to confusion. The full picture was not being seen, and this is what the moon represents here. You have to bring it back into balance. Okay? Most of the time, people will be doing things that brings them into their own balances. This person helped me, and then they went on to help somebody else, and that brought them back into balance. Had nothing to do with leaving me behind. Okay? So I'm just giving you an example on that. Okay? So just keep working at that. Let go of confusing or illusionary ideas of what you think is going on, or you think they did. This is just you. This is you creating a story inside of your mind, and it's not doing you any favors. What's actually happened is it's hurting your heart. It's hurting your emotional self, because then you feel sad and you feel bad. Okay? I'm sorry, but the mind does a lot of that. So let go of that. Okay? This pattern of thinking that maybe people are I don't know, out to do you wrong all the time, because maybe there was a few who did actually do that. Sometimes it's time to let it go and just go, you know, they're living their own lives. If our paths are meant to meet again, they will, you know? That's pretty much it. Like, just let it go. Don't hold on to those things, okay? And if it means so much to you, the other thing is you might want to have conversations with these people as well, right? You might just want to go, hey, you know, we haven't talked in a while. I miss you. And that's it, okay? And see what happens. All right. So, next up, number 5. How can I deepen my awareness of spirit in my daily routine? Well, that's always a great question. How can I deepen my awareness of spirit in my daily routine? You know, I have a pretty good way of doing it. Just be quiet. Just stay, you know. Okay. So this is the Judgment card. Getting rid of the low vibing emotional stuff that you're feeling is one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. Okay, so I have 20 and 2 of Pentacles, which both has a 2 in it. So I'm going to tell you, how can you deepen? Well, it's a juggling game. The only thing I can really say, the Judgment card has to do with reviewing, releasing what doesn't work and changing it for the better, not the worse, right? So you're constantly juggling your emotions, juggling the stuff that you want to bring in and the stuff that you want to let go of. And the more you can let go of things, the better it is for you, right? The better it becomes for you. Especially the stuff that doesn't work, that's not productive. It's just keeping you stuck in bad feelings, bad emotions. Because I'll tell you what, once you've cleared out a certain amount of this, I will say, once you have made room, especially there's a few big things. I'll say this much, I had a big thing with my dad, that when that cleared out, I actually felt my connection to spirit deepen and quicken, because I had scooped out a great big deal of crap out of there. And it's like a container. I feel like your container of your human body carries certain energies. And if you have too much of certain energies, you don't have it's like a glass that you can't fill a glass that's full. Is it full of crap though? Is the water being muddied? Exactly, right? What they're showing me is a glass that is muddied. And what happens is that as you pour, as you get rid of the mud out of there, as you scoop it out with a spoon and get rid of the mud, you're getting more room, and the more clear, pure energy you're putting in there, and love, joy, perspective I would say more like educational, like putting the good stuff in, all the good ingredients, which would be almost like clear water. The liquid in the glass starts clearing. And as it starts clearing and you start getting rid of the muck, as you keep scooping the muck out, eventually the water clears up enough that you can see through the glass. You can see the perspectives, everything around you. Everything becomes very crystal clear, or glass clear. But it's because the water is clear, because the energy is high vibing. So now can you not only see your own energy flow being very clear, you can now pay attention to others, because you can see through, you can see out of yourself. You understand? Wow, that was a beautiful example, Spirit, and that's how my Spirit helped me. But it is a juggling, okay? How can I deepen my awareness of Spirit in my daily routine? It's by working on myself, okay? Keep getting rid of the muck in your life, the things that stop you, the things that block you. And as soon as you get rid of it, you're going to start feeling a lightness of being. Now I have to give you a little bit of a warning. There's some people out there who are a little bit addicted to drama. And if you're addicted to drama, there's not much I can do for you, because it's going to get real quiet all of a sudden, because there's not going to be drama to speak of. And you're going to be kind of sitting there going, what do I do now? I'm kind of bored. Drama takes up a lot of room. Muck and mud takes up a lot of room in a glass. And if you're addicted to that, then there's something behind that. And you have to look at that as well. Okay? We love challenges, but it shouldn't be at the expense of other people's misery. Find different challenges. That's what I will give you. Find different challenges, okay? Honestly, I think that some people don't hang around with me, you guys, because I lack the drama. I lack any good tea to spill. I don't have anything. 5. How can I incorporate more gratitude to my daily routine? Oh, that'd be interesting. Let's take a look. How can I incorporate more gratitude? Oi, 2 cards came out. 1 fell down. Let me go. Pick it up. Oh, the floor was far away. Okay. So it's basically what I was talking about, right? This person is like really defensive, and then there's the 3 of Cups where they're kind of just celebrating connections. This is disconnection, this is connection. So I'm going to pull this one, and then I'm going to talk about it. But I feel like it's connecting the dots, Pisces, in the best way, not in the worst way. It's not by putting yourself up on the mountain on your own that you're going to feel anything, right? Oneness, yeah, pretty cool that this one came out. That is I really like this one. For the simple fact that this is one of the cards that belongs to this deck. It's one that there goes a deck. Okay, hold on, Pisces. I'm having issues that I'm going to fix. Everybody should have this issue. It's too many decks. Too many decks. Okay. So I'm going to go find okay. I'm going to go find the meaning to this one because it's not part of the regular tarot 78 card. And it is blissful feelings. It's so blissful feelings, infinite love, divine healing, transcendence, and ascension. So the question was what again? How can you bring more gratitude? How can I incorporate more gratitude to my daily routine? Yeah, isn't it wonderful when they bring out, it's like, yes, I have the perfect card. And the reversal keywords is, this is connectiveness, the reversal is disconnected, energetically blocked, feeling of emptiness and loneliness. They are talking about these 2 cards. This card is speaking about these 2 cards. Oh, you guys are so great, and I'm talking about my guides. They're so awesome. Man, they're good. Oneness is a state of being that transcends the human mind beyond our egos. It is an awareness that we are all intricately connected manifestations of the same consciousness. Oneness feels like total joy and bliss where time and space do not exist. It is that empty space between your thoughts where you experience absolute peace, harmony, equality, and unconditional love. It is not something that you can intellectualize. It just is. Remember, no intellectual, no mind. Okay? Our mind leads us down the garden path. Remember that. It loves to do it. Okay? Because it's had a lot of examples, either by what we've seen or felt or experienced a few times, and then they make it the rule. Okay? You've got to bring it out of that. Okay? It's not something that you can intellectualize, it just is. Have you ever had a moment when time seemed to stand still, or when the sheer beauty of something stopped you in your tracks? If so, then you may have experienced a fleeting moment of oneness. Working with energy, whether it be through healing modalities, intuition, divination work, or meditation, will help you reconnect. As your consciousness expands through these practices, you will be reminded that you are never alone. You are in fact intricately connected to everyone and everything through a unified feel at the quantum level of your existence. We all go through moments when we forget our oneness. It's part of the human experience. The feelings of connection and innocence you were born with can get clouded by trauma, experience, thoughts, and emotion. I just said that. Pulling the oneness card is a reminder of your deep connection to everything. Remembering this will help you shift into a space of compassion and love towards yourself, the planet, and others. And others. Okay? So, I think that's a pretty well-rounded reading. I think it's a great idea. So, we started out with take care of yourself. Okay? Wait, let me do this properly. Let me do this properly. Let's put them all together here. Recap. Okay? Turn whatever you have around into something that is less about a negative way of seeing things. In other words, how people have done you wrong. Instead of saying, this was done wrong to me, this was and your mind's telling you everything, that it's like telling you that the imperfection lies with you. Instead, talk about how perfect that moment was for you, right? The reason that they were there, what they made you realize, okay? And yeah, and this is the something new that you should allow. Instead of seeing it as a bad, see it as a plus, a good, a wise lesson, okay? So how does changing benefit you? What was it? I think okay, I think it was this. It gave you time to it's going to give you time to rethink the situation, put a new energy, put a new emotional connotation to it, and gain control back of the mind wandering into places that it shouldn't. Okay? Absolutely. Because it will do that, and that's not what you want. Okay? And a pattern that you should let go of, out came the moon. And I think this, okay. The moon with the Justice card, yeah, it brings back balance. Again, it's about the two. The two is coming out a lot. It's like bringing the balance back into play. Okay? Getting rid of the illusions, bringing back the balance. That's what you should let go of, the imbalance, absolutely. How can I deepen my awareness of spirit in my daily routine? Yeah. And that's by making room for them. Making room for that energy to come in. If you're taking so much time, you're creating an imbalance again. The juggling, the Two of Pentacles. So you have to juggle. You have to start clearing that glass, like we were talking about. And in the end, the last question was, how can I incorporate more gratitude in my daily routine? It's stop alienating yourself or always being on the defense. Instead, reconnect with people. And remember that we are one. Okay? It is at its basic core what this is, this reading, with a little more explanation. I hope that you can take it to heart this week and carry it with you. When you start feeling bad or start going into a memory that doesn't make you feel good about a certain person or situation, think of all the stuff that you gained from it, okay? Switch it. Turn it into a blessing. Turn it into gratitude instead. And watch your week transform. Watch your life transform. Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful Pisces. I hope that you've enjoyed your reading for the week. And thank you so much. If it is the only time that I see you this week, because this is the one reading you love to watch, I hope that it helps you greatly. I'm sending you a lot of love, light, and blessings. Bye for now.